Hello friends, today we will cover some important points on C# programming. As first we have to look what are loops within loops and nested for loop concept we will cover today in C#. We will also see some examples on star patterns and some examples on number pattern. As we already discussed about do while loop, for each loop. Now we are discuss about nested for loop inside loop. So let's begin. First we have loop within loop, that is nested loop. A loop within another loop is called a nested loop. It means one loop runs inside another, often used for working with patterns. Suppose we create some loop inside another loop, means if we want to consider a for loop, we create another for loop inside that for loop, so that is called nested loop. And if we want to create any patterns like a star pattern, number pattern, triangle pattern, then we can consider these loops. Inner loop completes all iterations for each outer loop run. Suppose we have one outer loop that is main loop, and inside that we create some another loop that is called a nested loop, and inner loop iterates completely as outside loop runs only one. That is the iteration process. We have a flow diagram of nested loop. First one, it starts from here, then we put outer loop. Here we can start outer loop, then inside it we create a new loop. Suppose we consider for loop concept here, and inner loop we have for loop, and we execute that code block till the condition is match or till the condition is true, and it will iterate through the condition, and then it comes again to the outer loop, means one time it run the outer loop and then iterates completely the inside loop, the inner loop, and then this process will continue till the condition is true, and if the condition is false then it will exit the loop. First we will go through some on the patterns if we want to understand nested loop concept. First we have to print these stars with the rows and columns. These two loops run in with the first one runs with the rows, and second loop inner loop is runs with the column. So here we have 5 rows with 5 columns, and we have to print this kind of pattern with the outer loop and inner loop. Here we have one example that we consider their initialization point of main loop along with the condition and increment. This is you can suppose these are the rows, it will print the rows, and inner loop it will print the columns. Here we are printing the stars along with space, and here we have console.write line if we want to print that stars in the next line. Now let's see the example of this star pattern. Suppose we have here initialization and then condition, then we increment it. So this is our main loop, and we create a nested loop, inner loop with the for loop. Here we can set less than equal to I j plus plus, then we consider here right if we want to print stars, then this, if we want to add some space in between the stars, then we can add this space also, and after that loop we have to print next stars in the next line. So we have to put console.write line method. Now let's run this one, what it will give us the result. So we have this pattern, this star pattern or a triangle pattern you can say, with the spaces. Now let's see these conditions. First we have the main loop. So this is our main loop, mean outer loop, and we set the condition from 1 to 5. It will run from 1 to 5 conditions, and inside that it will run one time, then it will come to inner loop, this nested loop, and then we consider here I value, that first time its value will be 1. Then this loop will run for one time and then print this star along with the space, and after this loop will run one time, then it will come to here. Then if we want to print the next star in the next line, then we have to write this line. If we comment this line, this will print all the stars in the same line. Let's see here, if we comment this, what it will give us. Now it is printing all stars in the same line. So this is the node pattern what we want. So for this, if we want to achieve this star pattern, we have to write console.writeLine for next line. Suppose this inner loop will run one time and then it iterate only one time, then it will come to outer loop, then its condition is changed. Now here we have I value, that is 2 with the increment, and here is the condition j less than equal to 2. So this inner loop will iterate 2 times and print stars 2 times along with the space, and after that the same pattern will work again and again till it is matching with 5, and after it will complete the iteration, then it will print 5 rows with 5 columns. So this work for rows, and this second loop runs for columns. It will print columns and this will printing the rows. So this is the nested loop. Next we have pattern 2, that we have to achieve this decreasing star triangle pattern with the 5 rows 5 columns. But here is the scenario change. We are not incrementing the I values or first loop values, we are decrementing it, because we want reverse order of triangle. We are decreasing the stars according to the condition. First we have 5 stars, then 4, 3, 2, 1, like that. In this way we have to design this pattern. First comment this one. Now let's design for reverse triangle. First we have to print all 5 stars, so we have to initialize i's value to 5, and I condition is greater than equal to 1. Here we will not increment it, we will decrement the values, because in the decreasing order we want the star patterns. First we have to display 5 stars, then 4, 3, 2, 1. So for this we have to decrease the value. Next we have inner loop. We have to initialize the value with 1 and then set the condition with I, then it will increment the condition. Suppose we have here console.writeLine. Now let's see what it will prints. Now it is printing the same pattern as we saw the decreasing order pattern, but here is no space, as you can see. If we want some space, then we have to put some space here, then it will print the star pattern with space. So here is the main pattern. Now let's discuss about this. First we have to print all 5 stars in first line, so we initialize the value with 5 and second set the condition with 1. Now it is greater than or equal to, we are decrementing the values, I values, like first it is 5, then it will decrement the value to 4, 3, 2, 1, like that, because in the decrement order we want to print the stars. So first it will print 5 stars, then in the next line in the decrement order, then it will print 4, then 3, then 2, then 1 along with the space. So here we initialize with 5, then we set the inner loop for 5. Here is the condition j less than equal to 5. So inner loop will iterate 5 times on the first line. So these are the rows pattern, and this one is printing the columns. So here is the condition set j less than equal to 5. It iterates 5 times first time, and then it will print the next pattern, next stars in the next line. So it will comes here and it will decrement the value to 5 to 4 from 5. Then here it iterates along with the condition. So this process will continue till the condition is matching, and after it is like false, then it will exit the loop. So here is the pattern, we can see again this one. So here is the pattern, it is displaying this pattern. Next pattern, we have to print 4 rows with 4 columns. So here we have 4 rows with 4 columns in the triangle format. So here is the condition we have to set with the same pattern, same rows, same columns. First we have to set the outer loop and initialization value, then with the initialization condition number, condition value, then increment the values, then provide nested loop with the initialization value, condition, then increment, then print the values with that. So dot right line for next line, and here we want some extra variables. If we want to print 1 to 10 integer numbers, we initialize it from 1 value. Here we will initialize count value. Okay, and if we want some space, then we can use this double quotes for space. Here we have to increment the count value because to print 1 to 10 numbers. So let's see its result. Now as you can see, it is printing from 1 to 15. Okay, we set 5. If we want to set if we want to display only 1 to 10 numbers, then we can set it to 4 rows 4 columns. Now we have the pattern with 4 rows 4 columns. Now let's see this. We initialize its value from 1 to 4, so it initializes 4 times, 4 rows. Then it will initialize columns. Now let's see this. We are printing 1 to 10 numbers according to the pattern, and we want to display 4 rows with 4 columns. So we set the condition from 1 to 4. So this is the condition. First time it will run with 1, and then it is set the condition for the inner loop for 1. So it iterates 1 time, and we set the count value which starts with 1, then it will print 1 along with the space, and then it will increment the variable, and then again it will come to the outer loop and set the condition 2 as it is incrementing the I value. So here is the condition. Here we have j less than equal to 2. So it iterates 2 times along with the increasing count numbers, and it is printing side by side along with the space. Here we initialized count variable separately outside the loops. We are not interfering with j variable or I variable because these are working with the inside loop or outside loops. So we initialized a count variable, separate count variable. Next pattern, we have triangle pattern with 1 to 5, means 5 rows or 5 columns. We have to print this pattern with the nested loop concept. Just comment this code. Now let's see. First we have to initialize it, then set the condition, then increment the values, then set nested loop from 1, then condition with I, then increment console.writeLine, which will print the result or 1 to 5 values. Console.writeLine for printing the code in next line. First we have to print 1 to 5. So here we can use J variable, and if we want to use the space, then we can put space with double quotes. First let's see the result of this. Now it is printing the pattern as expecting, like from 5 rows with 5 columns. Here we are printing first row with 1, then 1 2 1 2 3, like that. 1 to 5 means 5 rows with 5 columns in increasing order. Here we set the condition from 1 to 5 for the outer loop, and first time it will iterate, then it will come to here. It will set the condition for I j less than equal to I, means 1, j less than equal to 1. So it iterates the loop one time and then again come to the outer loop, and then it set the condition I is equal to 2 with the increment operator. Now it comes here with the nested loop. Here it set the condition j less than equal to 2. So it iterates 2 times along with the j value. First time it will iterate and print 1 according to the condition or initialization of j variable, and second time it will iterate, then it will increment that value to 2, then it will print 2 along with the space, and in the same scenario it will print 3 4 5, like that, with 5 rows with 5 columns. Next we have the summary. Let's revise what we learned today. Nested loops are loops inside other loops. Nested loop concept we already understand with examples. Nested loops is, suppose we consider for loop example, we create another for loop inside that main loop. So that is the concept of nested loops, useful in printing some patterns. Suppose if we want to print star pattern, triangle pattern, or number patterns, we can use these nested loops for printing that output. Inner loop completes its entire execution for each iteration of the outer loop. As we saw that in patterns like star pattern, triangle pattern, number patterns, how it is executing the nested loop and outer loop. Suppose if one time we execute the outer loop, then it goes to inner loop, then inner loop will completely iterates its all the condition at once, and after that it will again come to outer loop, and this process will continue till the condition is true, and if the condition is false, it will exit the loop. As we studied about nested loops along with patterns, star pattern, triangle patterns, you can do that practice in your Visual Studio. Let's wind up today's session. If you have any doubt related with any of the topics, you can mention them in the comment section. Thanks. See you in the next video.